Today we're going to look at some things that will be considered luxury items after a long-term SHTF scenario. Coffee will be considered a luxury item. One of the reasons is because most families only have maybe 2 weeks worth of coffee at home, and some don't store any coffee at all and just go to coffee shops every day. So if an SHTF scenario happens, people either won't have any or will run out very quickly. Coffee is something that most people drink on a daily basis, and a lot of you get headaches if you don't get your coffee, so it's something that people will desperately need. Stockpile lots of instant coffee over regular coffee because it will last you a lot longer. It isn't the cheapest thing to stockpile though. Coffee can get very expensive, but if you buy the no-name stuff in large jars, you can get a really good price on it. Razors and shaving cream. This is something that isn't necessary for survival, but people like doing it to make themselves look and feel good. So it's not something that everyone will be doing. Only people who have all their essentials squared away will only then start thinking about taking care of themselves and how they look. So consider buying some shaving supplies, if not for yourself, then for trading. Hygiene items like soap bars, toothbrushes, and toothpaste. These are also items that aren't really immediately necessary for survival, and it won't be something that a lot of people are thinking about if they don't have a reliable source of food and water. The people who already have all their essential items for survival will be thinking about how they can make their daily routine as close to normal as possible, and will try to do things that they used to do before the collapse, like cleaning their body and brushing their teeth. I say that these aren't immediately necessary for survival, but if you don't stay clean, then you will increase your chances of getting sick and getting a bad infection, so make sure to have hygiene items in your stockpile. Board games and books. So a lot of families don't keep board games anymore because they think that they'll always have their TV, iPad, and gaming systems. But after the collapse, when all that stuff stops working, they'll wish they had stockpiled other stuff for entertainment. For entertainment, people will want to read books, play cards, and play board games to pass time with their family. So definitely stockpile entertainment items like these. Lotion. Especially in cold winter months, having dry skin is a really uncomfortable experience. If you're outside in the cold working with your hands for long periods of time, your hands are going to start getting dry and cracked. And if that happens, it doesn't feel good. And when your hands are dry, they are much more likely to get cut easily. If you ruin your hands, you can't work, and after the collapse, if you can't get work done, then you're basically useless and you won't survive in the long run. Your face will get affected as well. It'll also start turning red and getting really dry, so you'll need lotion for your face as well. This is another item that will be considered a luxury item, and people will only consider it or even think about it after they've gotten all their food and water squared away. Insect repellent. Having to deal with mosquitoes while trying to survive in the outdoors can really make a bad day worse, so don't neglect insect repellent. It's a must-have item. Jolly Ranchers and other hard candies will last a long time, unlike gummy candies, cakes, chocolate bars, and other desserts. Your kids and maybe even you will really enjoy having something sweet after eating your daily rice and beans. If you or your kids don't end up eating them, then you can barter them. People will really be looking for something sweet, and they'll be willing to trade you some good stuff for your Jolly Ranchers or any other hard candy. Sunscreen. If you're spending long periods of time outdoors in the sun, which is a possibility after SHTF, you could get sunburn and long-term skin damage, which is something you don't want in a situation where there's no real medical care. Some people are super sensitive to the sun as well, where they can't spend more than 10 minutes in the sun without getting a painful burn. You can use sunscreen for yourself and keep a few extra bottles as possible barter or trade items. There's already a cocoa shortage, and it'll be 10 times worse after the collapse. Cocoa can be used in a lot of different desserts, and it lasts a really long time. I think cocoa will be worth its weight in gold after the collapse. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button and hit subscribe.